everyone. How's everyone doing? It's Metal. Welcome back to the channel. So, what do you know? I'm finally getting around to giving my final thoughts on Halloween 2018, because that's what everyone else is calling it. So let's get into it. So Halloween 2018 is a direct sequel, an actual true sequel, which I don't really understand, but yeah, whatever. It's a direct sequel to the original 78 film, and it pretty much retcons all of the previous sequels that came after it. So yeah, we have a true sequel, apparently, by David Gordon Green. He did an okay job, I have to say. But the plot synopsis of Halloween 2018, it's basically Laurie Strode still very, very scarred, um, like pretty much ever since that night, 40 years ago. And it's pretty much showing Michael and this mental hospital or mental institution or whatever you call it. He's been there for 40 years, and he hasn't said a word like over time. He just hasn't said a single word, which is what I like about it. I like how they kept it. They didn't try to make him talk or anything like that. I thought it was well done. I really did think that the beginning scene, uh, it feels like something's building to something, and I thought that the beginning scene was okay. For the most part, it definitely does feel like it feels a lot like the Rob Zombie movies. Is what I've really noticed. There's a lot of vibes of the Rob Zombie films, especially like with the gory scenes and like the like brutal kills that it has. I mean, there's a lot of brutally gory, just over the top, like death scenes. I think they're really well done, and that's what I really do love about it. And that's probably where the positives end for me. I really did think that the climax of the whole film was actually really good. I did like the final act of the movie. I thought that was really good. I think it kind of is a love letter to horror films, and it's a love letter to horror fans like me. But yeah, I do like the climax of the movie. I think it's well done. It just everything else about it. I just feel like there was just forced comedy. It just didn't really work. It felt awkward. It didn't. It just didn't feel like it belongs here. Uh, yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't feel like this is a movie that is like the tone shifts way too many times. It just doesn't know what tone it wants to be. Does it want to be lighthearted? Does it want to be dark? It just doesn't know what it wants to be. I just don't understand. So at that point, it's just it tries to be this like comedic film, and I just don't think it works. I mentioned this earlier, but I really don't think it works at all. I just don't think the comedy works. I just think it's very forced, and it just feels like it's just being shoehorned in there. Like, it relies heavily. It really relies way too much on the nostalgia. Like, more than anything. That's the vibe I'm getting. I think, well, the director, David Green or David Gordon Green or whatever you want to call him, I thought he did an okay job with this one. It just feels like there was just so much nostalgia going into it, rather than just making it its own unique experience. It just, it just became just a like I don't know, it's just a big nostalgia circle jerk, and I just don't really think that that was the right decision to go for. I thought that it should have been its own thing, like from the get-go. So overall, Halloween 2018 gets a C+. Sorry it took me so long to do this. It took me a whole month to do my final thoughts on Halloween 2018. I wait until I had a second time, as I mentioned in my last like super like thoughts video, or first impressions kind of video, that is. So here it is now. Better late than never. I will have to say that it was really cool to see Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role pretty much after all of these years. It was really cool, and it was kind of nostalgic, and I really did like that about this movie. But I just think it just relies too much on the nostalgia. And it was also really cool to have the same actor that played Michael Myers in the original Halloween is also in this as well. John Carpenter did some like remastered themes of the Halloween theme, and he did a good job, honestly. He actually did redo the theme, which is really, really impressive, and it sounds really good still. But everything else about the movie could have been better, in my opinion. So, what did you guys think of Halloween 2018? So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. That's going to be all. That's everything I have to say about Halloween 2018. So, what did you guys think? I would love to know. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to read your comments. And I never leave you guys hanging. You guys all know that already. So, until next time, everybody, take it easy, guys, and take care, everyone.